if you've been on wrestling Twitter in the past few days, you've seen a consensus outrage from the community, the loud vocal minority in the community on Twitter, about the fact that Aleister Black and Andrade reportedly have no plans going forward for WWE, that Vince McMahon doesn't see anything in Aleister Black and Andrade. That's the report, okay? So I'll read through the report now, then I'll go into my full, honest opinions on whether Vince McMahon's wrong, whether Vince McMahon's 100% correct. I'll give my thoughts. So, without further ado, here's the report. Vince McMahon does not see anything, quote-unquote, for Aleister Black and Andrade in WWE. Have we seen the last of the former NXT champions? The report goes, Vince McMahon reportedly does not see anything in former NXT champions Aleister Black and Andrade. Neither Black or Andrade have been seen on WWE television since October 2020. Andrade's last outing came in a losing effort to former teammate Angel Garza, while Black has not been utilized since being drafted to Friday Night SmackDown in the 2020 draft. Both Black and Andrade were two superstars that former Raw executive producer Paul Heyman was reportedly keen on building the brand around, but neither has been featured highly since his departure from that role in June of last year. And according to Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer, everyone's favorite journalist, WWE Chairman McMahon simply does not see anything in either superstar. When asked about Paul Heyman's influence in WWE in regards to helping give superstars opportunities, Meltzer said, quote, "He doesn't have that kind of power right now. If he had the power, yeah, I could see it, but he simply doesn't have that power." So that's basically the report. Essentially, Aleister Black and Andrade, Vince doesn't see anything for them. Vince McMahon doesn't see a creative way forward for either of these superstars, and is that fair? Is that Vince McMahon being senile, out of touch? Vince knows nothing? Look, in my personal opinion, it's a tough one, because I'll start with Aleister Black. Aleister Black is someone who, personally speaking, I always thought was the next, sick, dark character. If you watched What If the Elitists took over WWE, you would have seen that I booked Aleister Black as though he was Ministry Undertaker. I think, yes, Aleister Black, does he have the mic skills of, some of these great WWE main eventers? No. Okay, Aleister Black's mic skills, never the best. But at the same time, Aleister Black, he had all the potential to be that. But then Paul Heyman lost his job as executive producer of Raw. Then Aleister Black lost his theme song, Root of All Evil. He lost that theme song. He got some generic, bland, run-of-the-mill, generic theme song. And then he's lost anything, really. Because the thing with Aleister Black, yes, he was never the great, I'm saying was as if he's dead. The thing with Aleister Black, he's never been the greatest, mic worker, obviously. But he's had the character because of the theme song, because of the overall attire, because of Root of All Evil, because of him being booked to win these squash matches in convincing fashion. He had something. But then the theme song got taken away, then Paul Heyman got taken away, or Heyman taken away, then the theme song. And now Vince is looking at Aleister Black, okay? Put yourself in the eyes of Vince McMahon, okay? You're Vince McMahon. You're looking at Aleister Black. Aleister Black is a guy who, look-wise, he doesn't look like the prototypical guy you're putting on the magazine covers, you're putting on WWE tour buses, okay? Aleister Black, the tattoos, the general overall look, he has face tattoos everywhere. Vince is looking at that. Vince McMahon's looking at someone who, if you put Aleister Black out there with a live microphone for 10 minutes, can Aleister Black cut a convincing, compelling, captivating promo? And the objective answer to that question is no. So Vince is saying that, he's saying Aleister Black without this theme song. Since, the Root of All Evil song got taken away, you're saying an Aleister Black who has a generic theme song, can't really cut promos, the look's not there. So in that regard, I can completely see why Vince McMahon sees nothing in Aleister Black. Do I agree and think that Aleister Black, just shouldn't be featured on TV? I think that's crap. I think the fact that Aleister Black, on a 3-hour Raw or a 2-hour SmackDown, you can't find 5 to 10 minutes for Aleister Black each week. I find that a joke. I think the fact that we've seen Baron Corbin versus Rey Mysterio every week for 6 months, well, not 6 months, 6 weeks, just week in, week out, Corbin versus Mysterio. I think the fact that instead of doing that every week, you can't do an Aleister Black vignette, an Aleister Black squash match, an Aleister Black promo package. I think the fact that you can't do that is a joke. So in that regard, to wrap up the Aleister Black talk, I can see why Vince McMahon sees nothing in Aleister Black. I think people who are outraged and are screaming over the fact that Vince can't see anything in Aleister Black, you've got to see this from Vince's perspective. Aleister Black can wrestle amazing matches. So can near enough everyone on the current roster, like in main roster WWE. Near enough everyone outside of like Braun Strowman and Nia Jax can wrestle these great matches. It's what sets you apart. It's about what your character is. It's about how good your promos are. Are you larger than life? Do you have the look? And at the end of the day, Aleister Black, he's like bipolar. He doesn't have the look. His promos aren't that great. Okay, his character, he has a character when he has the Root of All Evil theme song, but he doesn't have the theme song. He has a generic, bland, just nothing theme song. So you take away most of what made Aleister Black great, and you're left with just this guy who's like, nearly 40 years old. He's just kind of there. So that's Aleister Black. Andrade, this one's very similar to Aleister Black, because with Andrade, as soon as you took away Zelina Vega, Andrade was screwed, because Andrade is similar to Aleister Black, not a promo guy at all. Like Andrade, great matches, obviously. Promo wise, not great. What's his character? Okay, what's Andrade's character? Like I was doing some thinking about Andrade, and I was just like this dude, if he wants to stay in WWE for the next decade, this is a Cesaro 2.0. Like, this is literally the same thing as Cesaro. Great in-ring guy. Online fans will complain about how he's being misused. But at the end of the day, if you're Vince McMahon, you're looking at Andrade, and what are you seeing? You're seeing a guy who, look-wise, he's got a fine look. Like, fine look-wise. As far as the promos, if you gave Andrade a live microphone in the ring for 10 minutes, could he hold his own? No, everyone would change the channel, so you can't do that. If he doesn't really have a mouthpiece, because Zelina Vega had to go and do some Twitch streaming and be pro-unionization, so Zelina Vega's not there. And then you're left with what? You're left with this guy who can wrestle really good matches, but once again, who can't wrestle good matches nowadays? And what else is there to Andrade? He's just a guy. He's Humberto Carrillo with a year of good NXT matches. That's Andrade. And what you do with Andrade going forward, personally, the only thing I can really see them doing from like a logical perspective is pairing Andrade with Charlotte Flair. But even then, let's map that out real quick. Say you do Andrade and Charlotte Flair as like the power couple on WWE TV. Let's say you do that. For one, look what happened last time we did that. Remember when we did Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins in 2019, where Seth Rollins was the man's man? Remember that? That was some of the worst main event wrestling TV I've ever seen. That was just dire. Like, the man's man and Becky Lynch versus Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans. Simply awful. So, with that being said, if you did Charlotte Flair and Andrade as like the real life couple being put on screen, what would you really do with that? What would that look like? And if you're Vince McMahon, do you want to take Charlotte Flair, someone who's like your queen, like the golden girl of the women's division? Do you want to take her and put her with this guy who, Andrade's probably an amazing guy behind the scenes, but on TV doesn't really have a character, can't really cut promos, wrestles great matches, but in WWE the matches are formulaic, so every match is like the same, and you can't really show that off anyway. Like, there's a lot of unpacking there. So basically, with that being said, that's gonna be the video. Is Vince McMahon wrong? Hopefully, after listening to this video, you can see kind of both perspectives, because yes, the cool thing online is saying that Aleister Black and Andrade, it's disgusting what Vince McMahon's doing. How can you not even be booking them? But there's another side to the story, okay? It's not just this one side, how Vince McMahon's awful, Vince McMahon knows nothing. There's another side to the coin, because these guys, each of them have overwhelming flaws that need to be addressed. Hopefully I've covered them in this video. They have overwhelming attributes that Vince McMahon would look at and think, I don't see it with this guy. But that being said, especially with Aleister Black, the fact that you can't find 2 minutes per SmackDown to give this guy a vignette or a promo package, that's weak. Andrade, I personally don't see it in the guy. He's had some great matches, but I just don't see it. So that's been the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you have, be sure to like, comment, sub. You guys know the drill. Leave down below what you think of this. Is Vince McMahon wrong? Is Vince McMahon right? Do you like Aleister Black, Andrade, Bo Dallas, Shayna Baszler, these types? Leave it down below. Like, comment, sub. You guys know the drill. See ya.